out for presidents that represent me. Dead fucking presidents that represent me. If y'all know this song, y'all just ride out to it, man. For real, just ride out to it. Welcome everyone to another. I can't even sit still. Welcome to another edition, another episode of the No Signal Podcast. With your boy, the host, Mondo, man. What's good with everybody? How's everybody's week been? It's the weekly checkup. Right now, for real. But today was a good day. I actually said a little prayer in the morning and shit. Excuse me for cussing. I'm sorry about that. I said prayer and shit in the same sentence. Yeah, prayer and shit, Just, what you been up to, shit? Just praying and shit, honestly. Just praying and shit. Oh, man. Welcome, everyone. Dinner with Jay-Z or $500,000, yo, for real. I take the $500,000, shockingly, because I feel like Jay-Z already gave the game. You know what I mean? Like, he already gave, some advice, life advice, and all that shit. He game and shit. He gave game in his raps. You know what I mean? Like, it don't matter if you're like one of his people, like a hustler or some shit, or just everyday people, average people and shit. The people that get it. You know what I mean? That get his lyrics, y'all get it. You know what I mean? Try and give you $1 million worth of game for $9.99. Turn a 2 to a 4, 4 to a 8. Let's get into it already. I was thinking of a story time and shit, but really I ain't got no story times right now. This weekend was my nephew's nephew and niece, their little, birthday party and stuff. They're both November babies, so but my niece is like early, not early, but early November-ish. And then my nephew is like late November, so they just celebrated both their birthdays that day and shit. I was going to say a rant, but I already said a rant, that same rant yesterday on my close friends and shit. So at this point, it's just pointless, you know what I mean? Because I already said what I had to say. But let's get into it, man. Let's get into it already. The Lakers are currently sitting 5-5 right now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, or 6-5. Yeah, right now we're currently 5-5. No, what the fuck? 6-5. Yeah. After last night's win against the Memphis Grizzlies. We played Memphis last night. Marcus Smart went out, I believe, in the first or second quarter and didn't return the rest of the game. But either way, it was just a blowout. Lately, I've been not lagging, but I just been I can't stay up for the Laker games and shit. By the time the Laker game comes on, I'm already fuck. But low key, that's because I be hitting the pen and shit though. I be hitting my Benjamin Button. You know what I mean? I got that Benjamin Button disease whenever I hit a blinker and shit. You know what I mean? I got that Benjamin Button disease when I hit a blinker. You know what I mean? That's bars right there. Hey. Huh? I ain't use that shit in a minute. Hey. Huh? Chief Keef, man, for real. Chief Keef. But continuing on with the Lakers, I'm gonna start with the Lakers first, and then we're gonna move on to just basketball in general. You know what I mean? Because this episode, I feel like this episode is just gonna be strictly basketball. Because lately there hasn't been anything in the news besides the whole Israel and Palestine, stuff like that. I'm not gonna comment too much on that, but I'm just saying there's too much of that news and that unfortunate happenings over there and stuff with innocent kids dying, innocent families dying in general. But It's a basketball podcast, man. Y'all know what it is, man. For real. Um, but the Lakers right now, AD, Lakers are above 500, and AD is leading the league in blocks and steals. When AD plays, when he performs well, when he actually like um, I wouldn't say like when he actually tries, because every game he has to try and shit. I'm just saying every time he's like in that groove, he's healthy and he's like, oh okay, like I could reach that, bah, just block that shit or just anything, you know what I mean? But I was gonna detour into like Jokic and shit, but then that's gonna defeat the whole purpose of me like trying to talk about AD and shit. Like when the AD trade happened, y'all know what the Pelicans did to him, man. They fucking like took him out of the player introductions and shit like that. Even when he sat out the rest of the season, it was like 10, 15 games left or some shit like that. They sat him out the rest of the season because they already knew that, like the Lakers are trying to fucking, trade up for him and shit. Even since like All-Star weekend that weekend, I remember it like so vividly. And I remember when it was the trade deadline, one of the homies was here. Shout out to the homie, Gerardo. One of the homies was here and he was like, on the trade deadline, we was in the backyard shooting around, playing basketball and shit. And we was just like, dude, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And then we're just like coming, like walking in and outside, trying to see the news like on NBA TV, like, oh, AD trade, but nothing happened and shit until the off season. That shit was insane. But like I said, AD, man, when he's actually like performing well, that's when the team like actually clicks and starts rolling and shit. You know what I mean? Even anyone in general, you know what I mean? When D'Lo gets it going, then everybody just little by little, oh, he gets a bucket. Um, you know what I mean? Like I wanted to say that Magic game this year when D'Lo was just like cooking. He was like hitting threes. He hit a three and then dunked on Bankero and shit like that. And I was just like, yo, come on, D'Lo. But yeah, as far as like, I'm a detour real quick. The NBA, what is it? The city jerseys, the city edition or some shit like that. Not the city edition or like not alternate. I don't know. It's got to be the city edition or some shit like that. But pretty much like what is it? It's the statement. I think it's the statement jerseys. They call it. Have y'all seen the Heat? It's like all black and then it shows a small ass Heat logo and then on the bottom it's a big ass culture word and it's like, yo, like what the fuck is this? Like we know Heat culture, but it's like, nah, this is doing too much. You just got a small ass little Heat word right there and then a big ass like culture. It's like, all right, like we get it, Heat culture, like we get it. But it's like the Lakers, at first I didn't like the statement jerseys. I was like, man, it's like fucking like if you gave a kid all the Lakers logos and told him, oh, pick one and then choose your favorite colors. And then he, the kid just like, oh, I like this old fashioned logo, like the one from way back and shit, the fucking Jerry West days. It's like they picked that logo and then it's just like the black and yellow and shit. But the black and yellow goes hard. I ain't gonna lie. With just a little bit of purple in that shit's fire. That shit's fire for real. But moving on, we're staying in LA for this one. Hold on, my postcards in the back is fucking getting out. Let's stay in LA for a minute before we venture out into other teams, other players, and their news and stuff like that. Clips with Harden still winless. And I don't know if I said it on the podcast, but I knew this was going to be a problem because, I don't know, I think it was not the first game or I think it was the second game. Westbrook was in and someone was shooting a free throw and it was already like in the clutch, in crunch time and shit like that. So Westbrook was right there at the, he wasn't shooting the free throw, he was on the side. So he was on the side waiting, for the dude to shoot the free throws. Boom, they call in a sub. And then Westbrook looks at the side and then they're like, oh, sub. And then like Westbrook's like, me? You trying to sub me? And then Tyronn Lue was like, oh, yeah, like, for Harden and shit. And then Harden just like checks in. And then on his way to the bench, Westbrook is just like, okay, okay. And then he's like, man, fuck that shit, man. Fuck that shit. Like, bro, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you can't really it's too much guards. It's too much guards on the team. You got fucking, well, obviously Kawhi is a forward, but you got PG, Harden, Westbrook, Bones Highland, and then who's the other fool on that team? Terrence Mann. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Norman Powell. All these are guards. You know what I mean? Not unless you consider Terrence Mann a forward. You could put him at the 3. But I see he's too skinny to be, a 3 and stuff. But at the same time, it's like, bro, the Clippers got too much guards. The only centers they have are literally Zubac and Plumlee. And we seen last night a great display of why, thanks to Jokic, why they need a fucking defensive center. Not even just like labeled a defensive center, just center in general. The Clippers need to make a trade. I feel like if I'm the Clippers, bro, I'm trading to get like a fucking Nikola Vucevic on the fucking team. You know what I mean? If I'm the Clippers. I'm not even a Clipper fan, but I'm just saying, like, if I was the Clippers, bro, I'd trade up for a fucking Nikola Vucevic, shit like that. Either him or who else? Who else is a good center? Not a foreigner. Like, he's the only foreigner that just came to my mind. Probably like a fucking cat, honestly. Like, you could put up some pieces and shit saying maybe Westbrook, Bones Highland, and Plumlee or Zubac for a fucking a cat. You know what I mean? But fuck, man, the Clippers like, yo, y'all fucking suck. Y'all fucking suck. Yo, the Clipper fans, I already been to too much not Clipper games. I've been to 2 Clipper games. The first Clipper game I've been to was a Clipper home game, but it was, Lakers and shit. So it was Battle of LA. Battle of LA. Clearly the Clipper fans were outnumbered in the arena. It was nothing but Laker fans. Every time it's a fucking Battle of LA, you got Lakers Clippers and it's the Clippers home floor. It's pretty much, you might as well just change everything to Lakers and shit. Because no matter what, if it's a home game for the Clippers and you got Kawhi at the free throw line, you got more people booing than cheering and shit. And it's a home game. Like, you know what I mean? But they already finna get their own building and stuff. So deuces, get out of Staples. Get out of Staples. Get out of town. Y'all remember that fucking SpongeBob episode and shit? Get out of town. And Patrick was like all like shitting bricks the whole time. He was like, this guy told me to get out of town. You know how like Patrick be like, you know how he fucking, how he like cries and shit. He's like, or some shit like that. But moving on past the Clippers, last night we got a Wemby versus Chet matchup. It was a in-season tournament game. But at the same time, it's like, y'all heard me that one episode where I was talking about Wemby and Chet when they first matched up, and they both had like 20 points each or some shit like that. Like Wemby had 19 and Chet had like 23 or some shit like that. And I said, I should have knocked on wood. I jinxed myself. I was like, yo, this is the matchup of the future. You know how these days we talk about like, oh, LeBron versus KD, oh, Steph versus fucking like a Trae Young or some shit, or I don't even know if like that's even good comp and shit. Probably like, oh, Steph Curry versus Kyrie, like that matchup and shit. You know what I mean? How I said, oh, Wemby and Chet is the future of that, is the future of, big man matchups and shit like that. Yo, Wemby, 28 minutes, 8 points, 14 rebounds, shooting about 4 for 15 from the field. Wow, that's insane. When I first wrote it down, I was like, no way he took fucking 15 shots and only made 4. I was like, nah, ain't no fucking way. But yeah, couldn't even get the double, just stayed at 8 points. And Chet's numbers right here, 29 minutes, 9 points and 7 rebounds. He was shooting about the same, 3 for 10 from the field. So it's like, damn, bro. I really jinxed that shit. I was like, yo, this is the matchup of the future. This is the this is the fucking, you know what I mean? The matchup and shit that everybody's gonna be looking out for and shit, but it underperformed. It underachieved last night. So we're gonna have to wait till more down the line till we get big numbers from these from them, you know. And I think that was the last time they both played each other or some shit like that, if I'm not mistaken. Or which team played? I think it was Golden State and Minnesota. It was like, oh, like we'll see next time. We'll see next time when, you know, they go to Minnesota and stuff like that. It's like, no, they already played like all their games against each other. They already finished their season series. You know what I mean? But low key, going back to the Clippers right here, Bones Highland told he will not be in the rotation for the foreseeable future. For the foreseeable future, he will not be in the rotation. In my mind, in my opinion, I don't know if Tyronn Lue said that or if any of the other assistant coaches said that, but that is just bad coaching. That's terrible coaching. Especially that's just terrible. Just a terrible take you could give to a young talented player. Literally, terrible statement you could give to a young talented player. Because even in what was it, Denver? I was about to say fucking Philadelphia. Even in Denver, Bones Highland was just so like shifty. Like he was just so nice with the fucking rock, bro. Like everybody, like we see people like, oh, like a Tyrese Maxey, oh, like a Emmanuel Quickly, and then Bones Highland, you know, fits in that category. He fits in that tier of just, you know, skinny, lanky, shifty, fast, mobile. Obviously, like fucking, like I don't even know, bro. Like I feel like, well, this leads back to the conversation the shit that I said about the Clippers having too much guards. They have too much guards because Bones Highland is one of them, bro. Like, come on now, Bones Highland, bro. Like, and you would think that they would like, you know, like, oh, all right, we'll play you this time, but it pretty much seeing this is pretty much saying like, oh, okay, if it's in garbage time, if we're down 20, 30, whatever, oh, okay, we'll put you in. Like, nah, fuck that shit, bro. You got to let him go out there and cook. Let him do his shit, bro. For real. Bones Highland, bro. Like, come to the Lakers, honestly, bro. Request a fucking trade and come to the Lakers, for real. That's crazy. Told he will not be in rotation for the foreseeable future. Foreseeable future in quote. You know what I mean? In quotation marks. But yeah, moving on, man. Another point guard news. Tyrese Halliburton. First leading the league in assists and 55th in turnovers. Talk about a fucking assist to turnover ratio. Wow. Leading the league in assists, first in assists and 55th in turnovers. And then this leads to my next question. Tyrese Halliburton top 3 in point guards right now? Top 3 point guard in the NBA right now? I mean, if you first in assists, you gotta be one. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be top 2 and not 2. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. But there's just so much point guards in the league right now. As you can see, Tyrese Maxey, ever since Harden left, Tyrese Maxey has felt more comfortable in that starting role with Joel Embiid and shit. As y'all seen the other night, I don't know if y'all heard of it, but Tyrese Maxey had a 50 ball. He had a 50 ball, if I'm not mistaken. Let me do my fact check on that. Because last night they lost to the Pacers. And speaking of Tyrese, wow, what fucking numbers Tyrese put up. Damn near a triple-double. 33 points. 15 assists. 15 assists, bro. 15 assists, no turnovers. Like, talk about traditional point guard right there. Talk about a fucking traditional point guard for real. Getting 15 assists and no turnovers, very rare. Not only very rare, that's just real hard, very hard. You know what I'm saying? Pause on that. That shit's real hard. But 7 rebounds as well. Shit, fucking 3 away from a triple double to go along with 2 steals and 1 block. Damn. I was watching like the last bit of it. I was watching barely the last bit of it because I seen it was like a close ass game. It was like, well, it was like one not even 126. It was like 123 or 124. Tied and shit. And then just little by little, boom, Tyrese hit a 3, and then boom, who else? It was like Bruce Brown. It wasn't even Bruce Brown. Miles Turner. Miles Turner hit a 3, and I was like, oh, you motherfucker. Oh, you motherfucker. I was about to fucking scream that for real when he made that shit. But yeah, let me go back to that Tyrese Maxey thing. Tyrese Maxey had a 50 ball the other night. 50 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. And Embiid had a 30 excuse me. Embiid had a 37-point double-double to go along with 13 rebounds and 7 assists. But like I'm saying, man, Tyrese Maxey, he's getting comfortable in that role. So I'll put him top 3. Also, Tyrese Maxey's top 3 for sure. Who else has been balling in the point guard, in the point guard race lately? Who am I missing? Not really point guards in Portland. Sacramento, De'Aaron Fox doing his thing, but he not making noise like that in the beginning of the season already like that. Steph? I mean, Steph is Steph. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'll put Steph in there with, Tyrese Halliburton, Tyrese Maxey. Yeah, that's about it. That's pretty much about it in my top 3 right now in the NBA. Kyrie, I'll put Kyrie top 5 because like Kyrie is taking like a little bit of sacrifice in the stats, since he's with Luka and stuff like that. And plus it's the Mavs, so they got to move the ball. You know what I mean? It can't really be just, give Kyrie the ball and let him go to work how he did in Brooklyn and shit because, Dallas, something about Texas teams, man. They all about ball movement and shit. They all about ball movement. But yeah, continuing on, I believe this is recent news from last week, from Friday, Saturday-ish. Kelly Oubre involved in a hit and run incident, but apparently to the police, no indication of the accident where Oubre said it took place. No indication of an accident there. So could Kelly Oubre be lying about it? Could he actually have gotten hit, but there was just no fucking camera footage or some shit like that? Who knows? But either way, speedy recovery. Hopefully, Kelly Oubre, you recover fast. Hopefully, you get back in rotation and get those minutes, man, for real. Get those minutes that Harden left on the table for you, pretty much. But, and also other news right here. Chicago Bulls looking to shop Lavine, Caruso, and or DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan. My take on that, Lavine, come to LA, bro. Come to LA. Come to LA for real. Low key, but what is the package? What is the package y'all will put up if y'all were to trade for Lavine to come to the Lakers and shit? Me, personally, I'm gonna have to not even do my homework. I'm gonna have to look deep into this shit. I'm gonna have to look deep into this because some of our players, man, an AD game time decision tonight? LeBron game time decision tonight? Come on, man. Y'all gotta be fucking with me for real. Y'all gotta be fucking with me. Ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. And this is a back-to-back, so we played last night. So, D'Lo, I'd kind of put D'Lo in there, man. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of put D'Lo in a little package for Zach LaVine. So D'Lo, because they said something like D'Lo, Reeves, and Rui, and I was just like, nah, that's a little too much for Zach LaVine. Not Rui, but I'll put something like that, like a D'Lo and Reeves. Sorry, Reeves, but I love you, Reeves. I love you, Austin. Awesome Reeves. Like, I mean, I will put Yeah, Reeves, Wood, Christian Hayes, Max Christie. But who else do we got that's like injured and shit? I know we got a handful of players like Gabe Vincent. Put a Gabe Vincent in there or some shit. You know what I mean? Not a Jared Vanderbilt. Fuck no, not a Jared Vanderbilt. Jared Vanderbilt is our fucking stopper for real. But yeah, man, I'll probably put D'Lo, Reeves, and a first round pick or some shit like that for Zach Lavine. Just Zach Lavine. But if y'all giving us Zach Lavine and someone else, then yeah, y'all could take, D'Angelo, Reeves. I guess Rui. I ain't trying to give up Rui like that, but shit, fuck it. Either way, Bulls are looking to shop for either Lavine, Caruso, and or DeRozan. Lavine supposedly, I heard some stuff that his what is it? That his not his trade destination, but his like the teams that are open that are interested. The teams that are interested are Miami and the Lakers and shit. Like the main two. For DeRozan, god damn, I keep burping and shit. For DeRozan, I really don't see. Well, I really didn't hear, but also I really don't see him being anywhere else. Cause, I mean, he's been what Toronto and then traded to Spurs. That Spurs shit was just a phase, like a random ass phase. And then now with Chicago and shit. If you were to see DeRozan on any other team, what team would it be? It's really hard to say. It's really hard to say because when you look around at the teams around the league, it's like they're either super maxed, and by super maxed I meant like like super like with max talent and shit, like super teams, like a fucking Phoenix or a fucking Clippers and shit that's just got so much superstar players and shit. When you look around the league, there's either that or like very like a handful, like five like balanced teams and shit that have like a good chance of making the playoffs and like, you know, the other chance of missing the playoffs and shit. And then you have the other teams who are just like fucking sorry as shit that don't have nothing. Like what is it? Like a fucking like a Memphis. They don't have nothing. They barely have like 2 wins right now. So so you look at like Memphis, they're like a whatever team, they have nothing. Portland, they definitely have nothing. Charlotte, they have nothing really. They just have a bunch of young players and shit, young talent. And you look at Cleveland, those are one of the teams where it's like hit or miss with the playoffs and shit. You know, like they could get DeRozan to, you know, help Mitchell and, you know, help them get over, you know, that hump and shit or whatever, if y'all want to say. But also there's a team like, fuck, I was about to say Houston, but Houston got too much young players for DeRozan to, you know, be babysitting and shit like that. Houston, Dallas, no, not Dallas. They already got 2, 3, you know, like good names over there. And San Antonio, would he go back to San Antonio, Wemby? I don't even know. But either way, what other teams? OKC. Just imagine DeRozan in an OKC uniform. I really can't. I can't see that shit. Who else? Detroit. Damn. Imagine DeRozan in Detroit. Debo in Detroit, Nick. Debo in Detroit, Nick. Just Debo in Detroit. Just imagine DeRozan with like, you know, one of the Thompson twins, fucking James Wiseman. Yo, James Wiseman, a fucking top 3 pick, lottery pick. Where the fuck is he now? Literally, where the fuck is he now? Is he still playing with fucking Detroit? Or is he like, did he fuck off somewhere else? I'm looking into that right now because this shit got me like bugging. Not bugging, but it's like, damn, Detroit is 2-10? Looking like the Lakers last season and shit. All right, Wiseman. James Wiseman is coming off the bench? Wow. A fucking lottery pick player coming off the bench. I thought I'd never see that shit. Put up 11 points and 4 rebounds? Come on. Come on, Wiseman. Come on, Wiseman. Ain't no fucking way. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Yeah, James Wiseman. I don't know what's up with that, man. I don't know what's up with that, really. But as far as I know, I feel like this is a good episode today. I covered a decent amount, a good amount. Oh, let me do that Lakers thing where I predict the next 5 games and shit. So last week we left off. Last week my predictions was almost right. I almost got 5 out of 5. That fifth one is gonna happen today. Since we played the Kings right now. After I edit this and stuff, edit and post. Last week we played Houston. We took the L, and then we played the Suns. In the in season tournament against the Suns, we got the dub. Against the Blazers at home, we got the dub. In season tournament just last night in LA, we got the dub. And tonight against the Kings in LA, I predicted us to get a dub, but we'll see how it is once we get there. We'll see how it is once we get there. But the next game, after tonight's game against the Kings, we play Portland again. Over there in Portland, in-season tournament game. It's an in-season tournament game. I got us winning that one. Another easy dub. Next game is against Houston, but in LA. Houston again, but in LA. I got us winning that one. Ain't no way we losing to a fucking young ass Houston team at home, bruh. Ain't no fucking way. And the next game after that is the third game from tonight, from the Kings game tonight. Third game. In season tournament against the Jazz at home. Against the Jazz, I got us winning that one. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But we also have another game back to back the next day at home again. At home again against Dallas this time. Against Dallas. And that one is on a Wednesday. And then Thursday, no games. Oh, no, that's not Thanksgiving. A Saturday in Cleveland. Braun's return. Braun going back to Cleveland. I got us winning that one. So I got us damn near going on a 6-game win streak. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully AD and Braun play, because tonight it's supposedly a game time decision for both. So we'll see what happens when we get warmed up, when the players get warmed up and they step out on the floor. So yeah, I believe we're good here. Believe we could wrap it up here. Be sure you love yourself, man. As always, like I tell y'all, man, love yourself before you love anyone else. And get active. You know what I mean? Start working out. Start doing little exercises and shit. You might not feel like it, but that's the discipline. That's where discipline comes in and plays a factor, plays a key role. But yeah, man, a lot of people going to come into your life and leave, but the only person that's going to stay in your life is you. So just worry about you. Focus on you and better you. You know what I mean? Mama mentality. Get better every day. Get better little by little, each day, step by step. It's a marathon, man. Just enjoy the journey. As Kobe says, man, it's not about the destination, it's the journey. So with that being said, man, peace and one love, man. Love yourself before you love anyone else. Straight up. Thanks for watching. Also, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also, follow me on my socials. Instagram, Twitter, No Signal Mondo. Podcast IG, No Signal Pod. Spotify, No Signal Podcast. And my stream, kick.com/BeanMondo.